Now you can search for new episodes by subject matter at londonreal.tv. Brought to you by Squarespace, the all-in-one platform we use at London Real. What about all your designs and a lot of your revolutionary ideas with the Venus Project?
Well, they come about through a special process. What is a creative person? If you show a child a book on insects, all kinds of insects, grasshoppers, centipedes, spiders, all kinds, he has more to think with. If you show him a book on all kinds of fish, the more he sees, the broader his concepts. So the more books I look at on architecture, primitive and advanced, and concepts of other people, I extract from that. Your frame of reference is what you see. But if everybody had a pointed head, real sharp, and a nose a foot long, you'd have surgery done to fit in with your culture. Otherwise, they run down the street and look at you and say, he's got a funny nose. There's no such thing as beauty. All that's made by man. There's a beautiful sunset. She's a beautiful woman. If everybody had horns, that would be beautiful to you. If everybody would black with white spots on their face, everybody would be beautiful. It depends on you. You make up your own standards. Or as they say, beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. Yeah. But if you bring up people to believe in beauty, then they have beauty contests. Now, if the girl's face were made of putty and she shaped her nose, I can see giving her a medal or something. But she didn't shape her face. What do you have a beauty contest for? What's it for? It's all that all cultures, not just this one, not just England or America, is basically corrupt. Its language is old. It was designed hundreds of years ago, the British language, the American language. That means that you can't talk to people. Whenever you talk to people, you think you're talking to people. It goes in their ear and comes out in relation to their background. They don't hear exactly what you say. So when you read the Bible, it's subject to interpretation.
Interesting.
That's interesting.
Somebody says, this is what Jesus meant. Another person, oh no, he meant that. The third person says, you're both wrong. So you have the Lutheran, the Seventh-day Adventist, the Catholic, because it's subject to interpretation. So we must eventually design a language that's not subject to interpretation, where everybody gets a similar reaction. Mathematics, chemistry. When a chemist writes a formula and submits it to an organization, they turn out the same thing no matter where in the world. It's not subject to interpretation. Same with engineering. When an engineer designs a bridge, he puts a list of what that metal contains. You know, cobalt, iron, whatever it contains to make it that strong. He also gives the specifications of the bridge, the thickness of the metal, the type of metal. And that's not subject to interpretation. If bridge engineering was subject to interpretation, they could say, I think the beams are this big. Another guy said, no, they're that big. And you can't do things where language is subject to interpretation. That's why each person in England, France, Germany, here's what they say, and they put it in terms of their background.
And how does
so
that...
we're not talking to each other. If you don't believe me, look at the presidential elections. The Democrats can't talk to the Republicans. The Republicans can't talk to the Democrats. They both lie about each other. All cultures are corrupt.
So what's the solution to that?
The solution is the Venus Project.
Okay. We take real pride in our websites and who we work with on the show, and those are the guys at Squarespace. They've been running our website londonreal.tv and our siliconreal.com for over a year now, and they are an all-in-one platform to make it fast and easy to build your own professional website or portfolio. These guys have the tech down. It's drag and drop. It is easy. I used to run a WordPress site, and I used to have to FTP audio files and all this nonsense. And now when you see these blogs that I write every week where I talk to you about my personal impressions of the guests, I literally just bust those out, drop the picture in, boom, and it's done.